Oh, hello and welcome to What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes. I am him, and we are going to play another game of Idiot versus Insider. I'm the idiot. This is the Insider, and we are here to preview the NFL Week 13 gambling slate.
Are we going to mention last week's results, Jamie?
Wait a second. We got to set it up. If this is your first time joining us, what happens every single week, the Insider presents us with a slate of games, and I have a force bet. I can either agree with them, disagree with them, or I can pivot to a different bet in that game. At the end of every week, we keep a score as to who won that week, and James won last week with the biggest units-wise. I'm pretty sure this is true. The biggest.
It has to be. I mean, even the week that you went 7-0,
it's got to beat my 7-0 week. So, biggest units-wise win of all time on our channel. You went 5-1, but that includes a plus 320 bet that was still available at close.
Yeah.
So anyone could have got it. It wasn't like a Fugazi plus 320. You had the Titans over the Texans. Titans win. Titans cover for me.
Yeah.
So I was still in agreement with you. We had an absolutely spectacular week last week. James, I was 4-2. You were 5-1.
It was so close.
2 winning weeks out of the both of us in different ways.
That's
so
crazy.
A lot of those games, we told you exactly how it was going to go.
Check the shorts.
Brings our series to 9-3. So you're still alive.
I can tie it. I can tie it.
I'm one tie away. It's going to be tough to do like units wise, but I'm one tie away from sealing in and getting that regular season belt. I ordered.
You ordered
belts.
one? Oh no.
3 of them. Preseason,
Okay.
regular season, postseason.
Did you really?
Including the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
no,
So
I want
so
one.
you can have. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. You can strap up. And I think I beat you in the in the draft this year.
You definitely did. You definitely did. That was one of my worst NFL drafts I've ever had.
I think Sean Payton is your only hope. If he wins Coach of the Year,
if he wins Coach of the Year,
I think you got a shot.
I would win our season bets.
Yeah.
And then if also somehow the New Orleans Saints make the playoffs, that Super Bowl bet is alive.
Super Bowl bet's alive. Yeah. So we look smart, we look dumb sometimes, but sometimes.
Hey, the beauty of those preseason bets, though, they're all like plus 2,000 to plus 600 plus 2,000. Yeah. So like if you hit 2 out of 10, you still make money.
Don't look now. Like it's week 13. There's a lot of ball left to be played. Nick Chubb looks better every single week. Just scored 2 touchdowns.
He's definitely peaking at the right time.
He's peaking.
And when the Browns win this Monday, well, we'll get into that.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Let's recap our week 12 performance. First off and foremost, like I said, Titans, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Anything to say about that game?
I loved it. I had a heart attack when he threw that pick 6.
Yeah. Win outright and cover after a pick 6. Pretty tough to do.
It looked in the bag and then it didn't, and then it came back, and it was a roller coaster of emotions for sure. You might have said that you were puking because of your run. I think you were just puking from the excitement of that game.
You're right. That's why I was puking, not from the 20 miles I just ran. Lock of the week, James.
Killing it.
Wins. Cashes were plus 60%. I think 63%. 7-4. Is that right? 11 games. Yeah, we didn't do week 1.
Yep.
7-4. So we feel really, really good. We are 3 wins away from having a winning lock of the week season. So feel really, really good about that with the Eagles over the Rams.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Kick your feet back and just watch those Eagles pound the Rams into submission. So we were both on that one, obviously.
That was a great game to watch.
No doubter from the very beginning.
I think I went to bed in the third quarter after they scored that second touchdown.
It was so easy.
I was like, oh, okay.
I had bookend losses again. Second week in a row where I win every single Sunday game. And I lose Thursday night. I lose Monday night. How crazy is that?
If the games aren't on CBS, Fox, or NBC, you have an issue.
I don't know.
If it's broadcast on Amazon or ESPN, Jamie will lose the bet.
Monday night, I've been fine this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, both of us have sucked on Thursday. So good thing we don't have a true Thursday night game. It's a Thanksgiving.
But I've sucked less.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Get a Thursday night belt.
Thursday night, speaking of which, I was like, let's go into motivation of that game. That was how I was going to like kind of handicap that game, because obviously the numbers didn't really matter quite as much on Thursday night.
Yep.
And that was a mistake. I totally forgot about Jamieis Winston.
Yep.
And his
first snow game ever.
Ability to just will the team into getting motivated. That was really, really dumb out of me. I guess Tomlin sucks on Thursday. I actually researched that when I was studying for last week's episode. I'm like, how's Tomlin on Thursday night? So I kind of remembered, like, was he good? Was he bad? There was something about it. Couldn't find it on X. Couldn't find it on Google.
Yeah.
No idea. So I'm like, all right, screw it. We'll bet on Tomlin.
They don't have that on
night.
NFL Plus. You can't just pick record by a day of week.
Nope, you can't.
That needs to be a feature immediately.
Yeah, they need to figure it out. They need to get. So anyways, maybe I need like an Action Network subscription or something like that. But yeah, I totally missed on that one. Anything to say about that one? Thursday night snow game.
Oh man, it was a fun game to watch.
Oh yeah.
Love Jamieis mic'd up for that game. If you haven't watched that 13-minute mic'd up, you absolutely need to do that.
Brilliant. Yep. Patriots Dolphins was your only losing bet. You had the Patriots money line was a no doubter from the very beginning. I had the opposite.
That one was painful.
Dolphins -7. And yeah, you have anything to say? We got our producer walking through our set here at the James estate. Anything to say about that one?
Man, that one was really funny because I turned on TV and then quickly looked at the scores and I was like, oh, Titans, okay, all right, maybe the Patriots, and then the Patriots are already down like 14-0, and I went, oh nope, that's done.
That would have been a legendary run if you hit
both of those.
Hit both of those money line bets.
I'll be honest, my strategy there was like just hit one of these and I can win the week.
Yeah,
that was my strategy.
It worked. Well played. Moving on to the other game, we bet on the Lions and the Colts. We told you exactly how this one was going to go.
Yeah.
You had the under, which was brilliant. Never a doubt. I had Lions at -7.5, and I said, hey, don't panic if these Lions are, tied. They don't have a big margin after the first quarter. They were down 3-0.
Yep.
And I was just like, don't worry. I'm glad I told our subscribers that, because they could have been texting me and been like, Jamie, what the heck is going on? Don't worry. Lions are going to cover, and they do.
How do all of our subscribers have your phone number?
Well, I give it out to our premium members, obviously.
Hey, if you want to pay an extra $10 a month to be part of the community.
Sure. That's what it costs. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I was just like, I wouldn't be surprised. First few drives, Anthony Richardson gets a couple of scores and then proceeds to not score again the rest of the game. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Literally exactly what happened in that game. First 3 drives, 2 field goals, and Lions shut them out for the rest of the game. Anything else on that one, James?
No, that was a fun one to have on.
Yeah. Ravens Chargers. You got that win over me. You had the Ravens and the Harbaugh. I had the Chargers. My biggest takeaways on that game, Justin Tucker all the way back, which I was betting against him in that game. He didn't have many opportunities to kick, anything impressive, but the ball was coming good off of his foot.
Yeah.
I'll say that. John.
Both Texas kickers look great.
Both Texas kickers look great in that game. Hook 'em. John outcoached Jim.
You're actually not allowed to do this do that in this house.
For sure, John outcoached Jim. We watched this game together live on stream. If you want to go back and rewatch it,
it was one of the best of all time.
It was a great live stream. I was glad to have you on. I had no idea the Chargers were just going to play nickel against Derrick Henry for the whole game. It obviously didn't work. I think Derrick Henry ended with like 9 yards per carry and unable to penetrate. They don't have, I guess, a third linebacker on that roster. I had no idea that was the case going in.
Just take one of those big fullbacks that they have and just put them out there.
Yeah.
Or something,
So,
I would literally take one of my 300-pound fullbacks I have and be like, hey, guess what? You're just playing defense now.
Yeah, that was insane.
You're Patrick Ricard now.
That's it on that game, James.
Great. If you want to see our full reactions, definitely rewatch the live stream.
Yep, we got some more clips coming out of that game too. So stay tuned for that.
Please clip the whisper one.
I think I will clip the whisper one for sure.
Yeah, that's the biggest laugh I've gotten in the Jamie household.
Most unhinged moment on our podcast history for sure, and that's why we keep Hans around. All right, say what you want about the guy. He says some things into microphone that gets the people going.
Again, he's a clip machine.
He is. Moving on to Black Friday, 2 p.m. Central Time. Get your shopping done early before this game starts, because this one's going to be good. The Raiders are playing the Chiefs. Gardner Minshew, I think, has a broken collarbone. Don't think he'll be playing in this one.
Nope.
Chiefs are 12-point favorites. The over set to 42, James.
Yeah, so looking at this Chiefs game, I think it's incredibly interesting of a matchup. I can't bet a -12. I just physically can't do that. So I had to look
Especially
at
with the Chiefs.
I had to look at another way to get Chiefs in on this, right?
Okay.
So I looked at some of the statistics as I usually do, and for those viewers at home, I use PFF for my advanced statistics analysis. Chiefs, 8th best passing attack in the league according to PFF. The Raiders, 32nd best.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good. Raiders, they also rank 29th in tackling. So this is a team where if you can get people in open space, they're going to miss tackles.
Okay.
I think Xavier Worthy is going to have a hell of a game in this one.
He can't break a tackle.
You get that guy one-on-one, and he just can run straight. It doesn't matter.
I guess.
He can run so much faster that if you even take a half-degree wrong angle on him, he's gone.
You're right. But
Your pursuit has to be perfect, and the tackling metrics from PFF do include pursuit angle.
Also, a light breeze can knock Xavier Worthy down. So
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna say that. What's that movie with Tom Hanks where the Eagles player, he's the Eagles football player, and he gets cancer?
Oh, I don't know.
I was thinking of that. I was thinking, he's Philadelphia is the movie, and it's an NFL player that gets cancer. It's like he could have gotten him right before he ended in the end of that movie. That's how bad he could be. Anyway, I think the only thing that I could bet on this one is a team total. Okay. So I'm going with the Chiefs team total over 27.5. They only have to score 4 touchdowns to cover that, and I think that's easy peasy.
The Raiders defense is bad, to your credit. You know, I'm being a little bit hard on you here, but yeah, Raiders defense is bad, but the Chiefs are frauds, James. And you said I can't bet a -12 bet. So why don't you just bet the Raiders at +12, James?
Because I don't know what could. I think this has the very possibility that the Chiefs are frauds and they just screw this up and let the spread go, or it's an absolute just back and forth battle where the Chiefs are just letting the Raiders back in all the time. That's why I like the team total, because I feel like the one thing that I can trust is that the Chiefs offense will put up points on the board.
We'll see. This is a divisional matchup too. Crosby, known to be a little bit of a shitster. But let's get into the Chiefs. Let me prove to you the Chiefs are frauds. They're the number 1 seed in the AFC, right? Ranked number 1 in the AFC. Well, in the NFL, they're 10th in points per game. They're 11th in point differential. They're 27th in average margin of victory, and with 6.1, by the way, which is far less than 12. And and 23rd in turnover differential. Not good, James.
Wow.
Raiders are a much worse football team, but like I said, this is a divisional matchup, so I expect it to stay somewhat close. Yeah, Minshew is going to be out, but I think O'Connell will be playing this game.
That's what I've been seeing.
They also have Desmond Ridder on the team, who is a different style of football player.
Maybe he's a poor man Spencer Rattler.
I don't know about that, but anyways, the Chiefs have won games by over 12 points to the following teams. Ready for this? Week 5 against the Saints, and that's the end of the list.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the bye week.
Yeah. They beat the Saints by 13 points in week 5, and that's the end of the list.
At least it's also an equally bad team as the Raiders. Right.
They had all the opportunity in the world, the Chiefs did, to just blow out the Panthers, to end this narrative. They don't seem to care. And I think
the real fact of that game was Bryce Young's an elite quarterback is what I learned from that game. Point. And I'm not taking anything else away.
That is a good point. And Patrick Mahomes stinks. So in the past matchup, the Raiders only lost by 7 this year.
Wow.
All right. I get it. It's Arrowhead. Give them a few points in the opposite direction.
Las Vegas is not a home field advantage.
Give them 0 for Las Vegas. So that would turn this game to maybe 10.
Yeah.
Based off the last performance, and we're getting 12 here for the Raiders. So give me 12 and give me the Raiders.
I like it.
Close my eyes.
I like it.
And count my money for all of the Black Friday deals I'm going to get.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on to Sunday games, we actually
whole new wardrobe.
Handicap well on this podcast. Colts at the Patriots. Patriots are getting 2.5 points at home. The over/under is set to 42.5.
Are we counting the Friday game as a Thursday game because it's on Amazon?
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to affect me like it. I would assume it's a little bit closer to a Sunday game than a Thursday game.
Yeah.
Just guessing.
Yeah.
High of 40 here in Foxborough. Low chance of rain, 10-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah. So, I think this one's an interesting one because their advanced metrics basically the same. I mean, they're like maybe 3 positions away from each other, but again, PFF does 1 to 100 grading.
Okay.
They're all within 1.5 points of each other in almost every statistical category that they track, except for one. And that one is the defense. The Colts, 16th best defense. The Patriots, 24th.
Yep.
Atrocious showing from the Patriots last week.
Mm-hmm.
So you're dead to me.
Dolphins. James bet on them. I bet the opposite direction.
And because of that, I'm a scorned lover. I want the Colts. Okay. I'm definitely taking the Colts spread here. -2.5 is better than what I got. I actually got 3 on my end. But
congratulations.
I'll definitely take 2.5. No, not congratulations, because that's the wrong way.
Who'd the Colts play last week?
That's a great question that I don't know. Who did they play?
The Detroit Lions.
Oh.
Do you want to change your bet?
Absolutely not.
Really?
I've got the Colts are not only vaxxed, but they're boosted.
Okay, they are not. They are going into a cold weather game. They're a dome team. They're the softest team in the NFL. They've been talking shit openly to Pat McAfee, one of their biggest supporters, for him just telling the world what is actually going on inside. He's like Gandalf with like the moths and stuff. Pat McAfee with the Colts. He just got so many people just kind of whispering in his ear like this is happening in the inside the locker room. It's a soft team. Yeah. They're horrible. They are not motivated. Pat McAfee talked shit about them. They said you're not going to even be able to cover 20 against these Lions, and they do. So to be fair to the Colts, they cover 20. But anyways, this is a soft team. Anthony Richardson, he's running the ball down the field. He gets a couple of big pops from Brian Branch and the boys last week against the Lions, and he's like, he doesn't tap out. But he's like, I ain't running anymore against this team. This hurts. Yeah. He's soft. The whole team's soft. It's going to be cold. It's going to be uncomfortable. This Pink Pony Club that they got in Indianapolis is going to go down to Foxborough and get absolutely rolled by these Patriots. So we're flip-flopping here. Yeah. You bet on the Patriots last week. I'm betting on the Patriots this week. Wow. And we're flip-flopping. I'm going to take the Patriots at +2.5, James. Detroit flew. The only teams to beat a team after playing the Detroit Lions the week after are the Titans, who didn't play in the second half because the game was so out of hand, and the Texans, who are a tough football team, and they played the Cowboys. Both in their division, and who else is in that division? I don't care. The Colts. Patriots +2.5, easy peasy lemon squeezy. These Colts have no chance. They're just they're the softest team in the NFL by a margin, a wide margin, and they think it's cool to be. Well, sometimes Sharman can be ultra soft, but sometimes Sharman can be ultra strong, and that's what the Colts are going to be this weekend. I don't think so. We'll see about that. Best game of the week, James. 3:30 on Sunday. Huge. We will be live streaming this one, so subscribe and tune in for this one. Eagles at Ravens. Ravens are 3-point favorites at home. Over/under set to 50.5, James. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty simple for me on this one. If you look at the stats, they both got amazing offenses. They both got amazing defenses. I think when you look at this game, these head coaches, the way they like to play, I think the game plan, if you're looking at this, you're saying, I don't want the team to have a lot of possession time that I'm playing against. I think that's kind of the vibe I get from this game. Yeah. Is let's make sure that the other team doesn't have the ball a lot. If they're both smart, I think that's what they should do, because both of these teams can just kind of score at will. And I wouldn't just want to keep rolling the dice with my defense, even if the defenses are this good. So with that being said, I think both teams also with their running games, you got Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. Both those guys can just do 3-4 yard run, 3-4 yard run. Next thing you know, the quarter's already ended on your first drive. Make running backs great again game. Yeah. Merba. With all that being said, 50.5 is a lot. I was able to grab 51. I've got under 51 on this one. I like your thought process there. The only thing getting me off of it is the Ravens' lack of ability to stop the pass. So yeah, that's the only thing getting me off of it. Yeah. Like you said, Smith playing or not would kind of be is going to be pretty key. We don't know. Yeah. First and fourth best rushing offense and EPA per play. The second and fourth best rushing defense on EPA per play. So like you said, that's going to bode pretty well for the under. I would say that's a big over under. Yeah. Like I said, Ravens defense stinks. 20th in EPA per play versus the 5th best for Philadelphia. I think the Eagles are 2 points better than these Ravens.
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it.
Yeah.
And the line would indicate the Ravens are about 3/4 of a point better than the Eagles when you calculate home field advantage. So I think this number is significantly off by a wide margin. I think this should be about a pick 'em. So I'm taking Eagles at +3.
Yeah. I like that. Surprised you didn't go money line.
Not a money line guy, James, if you know me.
This feels like a coin toss game.
49ers at Bills. This is Sunday night. High of 34. A little bit of snow in the forecast. Is Brock playing? Probably not. We're going to guess probably not, as we're sitting here on the casting couch in, where are we, Central Dallas?
Design District,
Dallas. 7.5 or 7 points favorites for the Bills. The over under is 44.5, James.
Yeah. So I came into this one thinking I wasn't even going to bet this game. I'm like, why? There's no way the 49ers have a chance.
But it's Sunday night, James. You have to bet Sunday night.
And then I started looking at some numbers.
You do every single week.
I mean, I have to do it for the people.
I know you do.
The people want Sunday night.
I'm not complaining. I crush on Sunday
Carrie
night.
Underwood texts me every week, and she says, I've been waiting all day for your Sunday night bet.
I actually turn up that I'm waiting all day for Sunday night. Natalie hates it. Natalie hates it. I'm
just impressed that her quads look like that at the age of 40.
She looks great.
That's incredible. Whatever workout routine she has, I need to buy it.
Proud of her.
I think she's got bigger quads than me.
Definitely.
So I looked at some of the numbers at PFF and I was shocked. Offensively, the 49ers are ranked 4th best offense.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? How is this happening? Bills, 12th. I was like, what? Why are these numbers wrong? And then Niners, 11th ranked D, Bills, 17th ranked D. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And then I looked at the weather report and I saw snow.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people think snow. They think, oh, this is going to be a low scoring game. If you remember Tom Brady and Randy Moss, they went for 4 touchdowns in the snow.
Snow is good for passing, James.
Snow is great for passing.
Yep.
I think the 49ers get Brock Purdy back here.
No, they don't.
I also was
Not
really
according
hoping that Daniel Jones was going to sign with the Niners. That was also something I thought was going to happen. Turns out he signed for the Vikings.
Yeah, breaking news as we record.
All that being said, I think the 49ers are going to be able to get this rolling. And the other interesting thing, even though it's a snow game, Bills' worst part of their defense is their run defense. They have a horrible run defense, and I'm kind of betting on the fact that CMC is going to get to another level after this week.
Okay.
And so I like the 49ers +7. Last note I have on this one, it's Sunday night, and the NFL gods want these games to be close. So I think the refs.
How's that work Sunday night and Monday night, James?
You know what? It hasn't worked, but it's going to work this week.
The football gods will.
Broken clock, right? Twice a day.
Okay. All right. So this 49ers team, like you said, you looked into the season-long statistics, last in EPA per play on offense last week without Purdy. No. I don't think Purdy's going to be back. The way I'm reading the tea leaves here, wild-ass guess, as we're sitting here on Wednesday morning, I don't think Brock Purdy's playing this game. Allen was started over Dobbs for a reason. That's telling you that Dobbs stinks. Allen's supposed to be better.
That shocks me.
They're the worst offense in the league with pretty much all their guys minus Brandon Ayuk. Snow's good for passing. The only thing the Niners will be able to do is run the ball. I don't think they can pass with Allen. I expect Purdy to be out, and the line would definitely indicate Purdy's out. If Purdy's in, this line's going to move 4-5 points.
Really think so?
I think so. I really do. I don't think, like you said, on paper, the Niners are a better team.
Yeah.
So, I like the Bills here. Bills are playing for the 1 seed in the AFC. 49ers, long flight to the exact opposite side of the whole damn country. You might as well be flying to
Probably
Europe.
Don't even have a direct flight.
Yeah. It's going to be cold. I don't think these Niners are tough enough to play in the cold. They're too banged up. So give me the Bills to win by a margin, -7 on Sunday night.
Wow.
Moving on
I have a note before you hop on this one.
Go ahead.
You missed the Tampa Bay Carolina game.
Oh, did I? In my notes section?
Yeah.
Did you text me Carolina?
I did. I just double checked that while we were doing that segment. I was like, what?
Okay.
We can skip it if you want. I took Carolina money line though.
Okay. Let's circle back to that.
We can skip it.
Monday night. Browns at Broncos. High of 42 degrees. Pretty warm this time of year for Denver. The Browns have extended rest after playing on Thursday, so they get like a full-on bye week.
Yeah.
The points for this game are as follows. Broncos are 5.5-point favorites at home. The over-under set to 42, James.
Wow. This one was pretty interesting to me. Those defensive rank relatively the same, which I thought was very interesting. And I looked at a lot of statistics, and it came down to one thing. And you talk about it a lot. What you have to do as a football team.
Run the ball.
And you got to stop the run. Cleveland, 22nd in rushing. Broncos, 28th in rushing offense.
Yeah.
And we're not factoring in with that Cleveland anything about Nick Chubb. I mean, Nick Chubb,
he's been back for like 5 weeks.
Yeah, but he's getting slowly worked in.
He's getting better.
These statistics are based off of him.
Well, he's been worked in. He just hasn't. Anyways, go ahead.
Being not full health.
Yeah.
But what have we seen from Nick Chubb recently?
Getting better.
He's like the start of a roller coaster. He's just going up the track.
Oh yeah.
And he's about to get launched.
Okay.
And he's gonna not be munched. He's gonna be scooting, running people over. He's going to be absolutely dominating this game. I think that this game is a coin toss at best. And you know what I say about coin tosses? Take the plus money. And the Browns are plus 200 on the money line.
Yeah.
Slap that bad boy down. Browns plus 200. Absolutely. My lock of the week.
Yep. I was leaning that way too, James. Myles Garrett, by the way, all the way back.
Huge.
We were fading the Browns in part because Myles Garrett had like a hip injury going into that game. I don't think he practiced all week. Didn't matter.
Did not
matter. Browns are second best in pressure rate in the NFL. Broncos and Bo Nix are ranked 26th in EPA per pass when Bo Nix is under pressure. Jameis Winston somewhat protecting the football, surprisingly.
Yeah. 4
interceptions on 172 attempts. That's awesome for Jamieis Winston.
He got LASIK and then all of a sudden figured out how to not turn the ball over, and now he's an actual elite quarterback.
I like the Browns to cover 5.5, but these Broncos have the 3rd best defense in the league in EPA per play. These Browns have not seen a defense, I would say, even close to this level of defense. So I like the Browns at plus 5.5. I love the under 42 on this game. That's way too high.
Wow.
That's way too high.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we'll be streaming that on Monday night.
We will be streaming that on Monday night. Are you going to be there? Are you planning on being there?
I think I got to be there if I'm going to be betting Browns plus 200. I'm going to be really into that.
Remind me, because I think I was expecting you not to do that because you said you're going to be sleepyhead.
I said I was 50-50.
I know you.
Well, my exact quote to you was, if I take the Browns money line, I'll be there.
You talked yourself into it. Carolina Panthers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Panthers are 6-point underdogs at home. The over-under set to 46.5. The Panthers almost take out the Chiefs last week.
Almost.
In a near miraculous style. Don't pull it off. Patrick Mahomes wins at the end, even though he's a fraud. Tampa Bay and the Buccaneers, Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, all the way back. They absolutely steamroll DeVito and the Giants last week, James.
Yeah. So my notes on this are pretty simple. First off, Bryce Young, elite quarterback, as I always have said. Not shocked. I like this because I texted my Chiefs buddy and I said, look, you either have to admit that Bryce Young is good or the Chiefs defense is a fraud. And he didn't respond. Kansas City on paper, 8th ranked defense, right? And if Carolina can do that to them, what can they do to this Buccaneers defense? Well, Panthers have actually ranked 11th in the run game, according to PFF this year. Chuba Hubbard, looking pretty decent, actually.
He's good.
Looking pretty decent.
He's really good, actually, I would say.
Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, 24th in rushing defense this year. Not doing great against the run. If only the Giants had Saquon Barkley, maybe that game would have been a little closer.
I'm going to lose sleep if Saquon goes to Philly.
Well,
the quote of the century.
Hope you went and bought some melatonin from Costco. Yeah. You're going to need that bad boy.
Yeah.
All of that to say, I think Bryce Young is back. I think he is the quarterback of Carolina's future. And if you continue to give him time, he will get there. And he's going to prove that by winning in Tampa.
Okay.
Panthers plus 210.
So Panthers 13th in EPA per run on offense. The Buccaneers, like you said, I have them at, I think, 21 in EPA per rush on defense. Where do the Buccaneers fare, though? They are 10th best in EPA per rush on offense. And I have to assume the Panthers are one of the worst.
No, don't look at those stats.
29th.
No.
Running...
I'm gonna cherry pick stats. Please don't look at the other stats.
So if you flip it the other way around, I didn't have any
other stats for a reason.
It's a big difference. It's a bigger delta for the Panthers.
Yeah, but which of the 86 running backs that Tampa Bay plays will be running the ball?
Bucky Irving's a stud. Sean Tucker fumbled on the goal line last week. And then they still got Rashad White there to catch dump offs. Points per game, Buccaneers are 4th. Panthers are 29th. Point differential, Buccaneers are 12th. Panthers are 32nd out of 32. The average margin of victory, Buccaneers are 3rd, which they only have 5 wins, so it's easier to make margin of victory look better. Panthers 28th. Turnover differential, 16th versus 23rd. Total penalties, 9th versus 26th. Give me Tampa Bay, Buccaneers, and Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans to absolutely steamroll these Panthers. -6. Give it to me, James. That's you just saw me
alive. Yeah.
A live breakdown of how I actually do it. When I'm alone in my underwear studying for these games. So good catch, James. I'm glad we got that one, because you have not given me many opportunities to bet on Baker Mayfield this year.
You're welcome about it. Yeah, I literally texted you and you proceeded to ignore it.
Yeah, I know. My bad.
You left Baker on red.
We did have a date night last night. We watched.
Here come the excuses.
Here are the excuses. We watched. It was Let's Start a Cult. Such a good movie. You can get it for like $7. You can rent it on like all the platforms. It's a comedy.
Who's in it?
Stavros stars in it.
Oh.
And CM Punk is in it as like a semi character. He's in like 5 scenes.
Yeah.
He's hilarious in it. Yeah, I didn't recognize the rest of the actors. They're very, very funny. It's a very, very good movie. What it's about is a suicide.
Yeah.
And then the leader gets away, and the other guy, who's Stavros, is like the idiot.
Yeah.
And he like discovers all their dead bodies, and then hilarity ensues.
All right.
And they try to start the cult again from the ground roots movement.
Oh no.
And it's good. It's good. There's video cassette tapes. This
sounds like a good plot.
It's an absolutely spectacular movie. No boobs.
Over under number of Kool-Aid jokes.
0 Kool-Aid jokes.
Wow.
Zero boobs. Which
How can you have a movie about a suicide cult and not have Kool-Aid mentioned?
Yeah, they didn't even really. They were drinking out of like a goblet of some sort, but it didn't.
That's
it wasn't
surprising.
like specifically Kool-Aid.
Wow.
Flavored, as far as I could tell when we were watching. So highly recommend that. Highly recommend you follow our bets, because we are red hot.
We
James,
are.
who's seeing the board better than us?
Nobody.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Lock of the week. Lock of the week. Lock of the week. Lock of the week.
Lock of the week, of course.
I think.
What did we agree on?
Packers.
The only thing we agreed on was the Packers. What did you have in Eagles? You had the under. Eagles Ravens.
Yeah, under on that game.
The Patriots, we flippy floppied.
Yeah.
The Raiders, you're too big of a chicken to take the Raiders at +12.
I could make the Raiders +12. I can agree with that.
What was the other thing what did we agree on?
The other thing we agreed on was on Thanksgiving with the Packers -3. That was our biggest agreement
out
of this entire show.
Let's just make that the lock of the week.
Yeah, Packers -3.
It wasn't actually. I mean, it's a Thursday night game.
That's the best part.
It's literally a Thursday night game.
It's not a real Thursday
but it's
night
Thanksgiving
game.
Thursday night.
Thanksgiving
so
Thursday.
all bets are off. Literally
Doesn't count.
We didn't cover it on this episode.
So you're gonna have to watch the other episode if you want to get the lock of the week. That's how you force people to watch more content.
The handicap. So what's today? So I have to get both of these episodes out today, right? Or I can get it out. I can get the other one out Thursday morning. It shouldn't be a problem. I'll get them both out. It won't be a problem. The Packers, I mean,
you only got one edit. Only one edit with the dogs.
Dolphins can't. They simply can't. They simply can't throw the ball when it's cold out, and that's gonna be a problem in Lambeau.
No.
The other thing you could convince me, James, is we could also do Browns.
Browns? I would love to do the Browns
at +5.5 against these Broncos. Most of my handicap is like centered towards in the Browns' direction.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing that's keeping me off of it is the Broncos' defense. But I mean, Steelers, pretty good defense. Browns move the ball on them pretty well.
Exactly, and you can't really talk about weather conditions if they're going to win in a game like that in the snow.
Yeah. Yep. And Bo Nix can't throw the ball under pressure.
Nope. And they got Myles Garrett back.
Myles Garrett's all the way back. David Njoku is all the way back.
No.
Elijah Moore.
Here's what we can do. We can do a special Thanksgiving lock of the turkey day and lock of the week.
No, we're not doing Thursday night. Let's do Browns. You're gonna make me pivot. So my official bet's still gonna be the 42.
Yep.
And the under.
Yep.
But let's make lock of the week Browns plus 5.5.
I like it.
Sweet. And that makes you pivot too, right? Because you had the money line.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We both pivoted. We pivoted into a lock.
Who's seeing the board better than us?
Nobody.